Hello and welcome to the Foundry Roundtable, the podcast exclusively covering the Foundry for Star Trek Online. I'm your tame Foundry author, Drogan1701, and with me as usual are my co-hosts, Markhawkman and Greendragoon.
Greetings.
And our guest tonight, a little delayed, and our guest tonight, we have with us SirBoulevard,
who is engaged in a sonic attack.
and MidniteShadow.
Hello.
Now, what we're going to do tonight, because the big news for the Foundry is the top 3 system was turned on and seems at least to be working. So what we're going to do is use it to find some missions. The idea will be to find 1 or 2 missions that we are not familiar with, haven't played before. So the first thing we're going to do is let's ask the chat room for a little directions. Chat room, what star system do you think you'd like us to go to? And while we wait for that, Dragoon, what do you have to say for us?
Oh, I was just going to say, keep in mind that we're on the Fed side at the moment.
Yes, we are Fed side at the moment. While we wait for the delay to catch up, we've discovered a few things about the top 3 system. For one thing, spotlight missions seem to be excluded. Some missions seem to require a republish in order to show up. So if your mission should be there and isn't, do a republish.
Yeah.
What else have we found out?
Obviously, as we kind of knew, having an extra dialogue in your opening causes it to be exempt. Hopefully they'll work in a exemption from that rule.
Well, I heard that that's in some cases missions that if it's just a pop-up dialogue, the mission will be
in the
counted.
Yeah, I think you're right on that, because most of my missions have some dialogue there.
A dialogue with contact, then it won't.
Yeah,
so if you have to go see somebody and talk to somebody on ESD before you go out and go into the star system, it will not show up as far as we can tell.
Which kind of makes sense, because it would be a little weird if you're trying to start a mission at a location and then it makes you backtrack all the way to Earth Space Dock or something. Really, I've never kind of thought was a great tactic to begin with, but...
Okay, we got our first couple of suggestions. We got Wolf 359 and Vulcan. Let's try Wolf 359. Let's see if we run into anything we haven't tried there.
Wolf 359 actually has a giant stack of missions, but I'm not sure what they are.
Well, that's the idea.
I've noted from my daily particle scanning that it has several different things that...
It has, there's Ghosts of War, which is one of Pax Federatica's missions. The Ice Cube, Part 1. I'm not familiar with that one. Anybody heard of that one before?
No.
No.
Apparently it's the start of a series.
Plus it's the only one that is Part 1. The rest are Part 2 and Part 5.
Yeah, I'd rather play a Part 1 than start in the middle of somebody's series. Shall we try it?
Sure.
But wait, which way are you doing? Ice Cube?
Ice Cube.
Okay, Ice Cube.
Okay.
The initial contact is a chunk of crates.
Supposedly they're supposed to be Quinn.
Well, yeah, but for the opening dialogue, we can only use stock NPCs, and we don't have Quinn available as a stock NPC.
Okay, so are we ready to begin?
All right, let's read this. This is Admiral Quinn. Go to Wolf 359, Sirius Sector Block. Kudos for you for directions. You will receive coordinates for a nearby Blue Sun system. Once there, a local contact will meet you. Your orders are to follow the instructions you are given without question. This mission is top secret, so inform nobody of your final destination. The future of just about everything could depend on your success. Good luck. Out.
And we've just told the live stream. Oh!
Oh, wow.
We're broadcasting all this.
Time to push the button.
Okay. We've all accepted the mission?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. Begin the Ice Cube Part 1.
I have the coordinates of the nearby Blue Sun system, sir. Shall I take us there?
Yes, you shall.
Am I the only one who's going, oh god, why is my brain going right to Mass Effect 2?
It does seem almost as if the person who wrote this had been inspired by Mass Effect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is off to a weird start.
That's all right. This is good. It provides some comedy for our live stream. Okay, who wants to be the fairy Borg mother?
Oh, go on then, I will.
Hello, I'm
Hello.
your fairy... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's alright, you go.
Delays in the stream because there's a... I will not deprive you of the honor.
Hello, I'm your fairy Borg mother. If you are new pilot, then here are some battle and mission tips.
Okay.
So we've got multiple options. We've got suddenly surrounded, get some distance, shield maintenance, answer your prompts, lost in a mission, exit this help, and start mission.
Which one shall we choose?
Well, let's just start at the top.
Okay. Suddenly surrounded.
When you are suddenly surrounded,
This is basically a tutorial. Or
it
does
looks
seem
like it.
that, yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
tutorial
interesting.
Well, this first one, it says tips for newer players. So it looks like we can skip if we didn't need a tutorial. We can skip that.
Let's just read them for the fun of it.
When you are suddenly surrounded by many ships, make a decision. Do you attack the big bad ones or clear up the little ones? I would suggest if there are many smaller ships, then take them out as fast as you can. The larger ships may be doing large amounts of damage occasionally, but the hordes of little ships will be doing less damage at faster rates. There is no point to strangling a lion while you are buried in an ant nest. Then continue. And then we're back to the menu.
yes, get some distance.
Sometimes you need to get out of range. If you have been attacked, full impulse will no longer work. Try another skill such as emergency power to engines or evasive maneuvers to get some distance from your enemies. The next one is shield maintenance. Try to keep your shields up. If you're using a lot of wide-angle beam weapons, sometimes flying around in a tight circle while firing will spread the damage out across your shields and help stop one shield collapsing completely. But if you're using tightly focused weapons like cannons, then make sure you keep topping up the shields nearest to them, as they will be typically the ones copying the damage from the ship you are attacking.
Topping? It seems kind of like the person who wrote this was British, I guess.
Just what I was thinking.
Also, I noticed something interesting with the Borg model in this one, because you can see this separation between the neck and the torso as the chest rises and falls.
Well, probably because, well, who expected to see a Borg this close up? Or with emotions?
Okay, so we've got answer your prompts as the next one. I'm not getting anything.
When a dialogue
there
prompt
we go.
appears,
It's alright, you continue.
answer it quickly and stop moving. Stop and read is a good policy to prevent possible mission stuff-ups. especially in player-made missions.
Definitely British.
Luckily,
And
we
the
have
last one is-
Midnight Shadow here to translate. If you get lost or don't know what to do next, try the following. Open your map, M key by default, and look for place markers. Try reading through the last few entries on the NPC tab of your chat interface. Double check your mission objectives list.
They also missed out V.
Yeah, but
To do
V,
the scanning.
V implies that the author actually set up interacts for that purpose.
True.
All right, so we're at the last one, which is exit this help and start mission.
These are the coordinates we were given, sir. It's an L-class ice planet, unremarkable from anything other than its history of repeated ice-comet collisions.
What do we have on scanners?
Somebody want to do the Klingon?
Who wants to be a Klingon?
So, the Federation of Cowards makes an appearance, and you have discovered where our fighter squadrons are gathering. Never mind, you won't live long enough to tell anyone what you saw.
Red alert!
Nice of him to tell us what's there.
Come on, Klingon, time to die.
There's a lot of Klingons here.
I'll say.
Oh, wow.
Now, we didn't have a repeat of what happened to us the first time we tried this, right? Where someone had forgotten they had set it to elite?
And no, it
no,
looks like
we're
it's
on
on normal.
normal.
Okay, good.
I think it's just the...
And by
As with
someone,
an-
me. Because I did that.
The guy who set this up spawn camped it. That's what happened.
At least he did warn us a little.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing about it is, obviously, with groups, enemies can scale up to absurd amounts.
And command
Luckily I
powers.
brought my best beard guy.
Your best beard guy?
Actually, both. He's got the awesome mutton chops. Very styling.
This is Stafford, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I only ever see him in the
I
outfit.
made to look like the book description of Tywin Lannister.
Well, that didn't take too long.
There are no more hostiles in immediate range, sir.
Damage report.
No major damage, sir. We should be fine in a few minutes.
What do we have on scanners?
It's a mess, sir. I'm reading many Klingon ships and some Klingon structures in orbit. More concerning is a Federation station and ship signature. Both are silent and not responding to hails. I suggest we approach and scan the station and ship for more information.
Take us closer.
You should be prepared for a fight.
Agreed. Both of you.
I'm also getting readings of a destroyed freighter. We should take a look at that as well.
Noted. All stations stay at high alert.
Wait, here's the first
So
one.
we do have some scanning. Yeah, here's a freighter. Now he hasn't renamed his interact objects. That's okay, I forget that too.
Actually, these ones have been. Or down here.
Well, the other ones are, yeah. It's just that first one.
It's been blown apart, sir.
Anyone alive on board?
Readings indicate no survivors, sir. There is some cargo wreckage nearby, though.
What's in the cargo?
Looks like computer equipment, a large number of weapons and medical supplies, and computer backup chips. It looks like they are preparing for an offensive action and a large-scale data retrieval.
Why would they establish a base here?
None of this looks good. This star is right in the heart of Federation-protected space. Given that the Klingons dislike the cold, and that there is, or at the least was, a Federation base here, they must be either desperate. Or planning to stay for long.
Desperation and Klingons is not a good mix.
Huh. He misspelled desperation on the button. Well.
Skinning the ship.
I'll tell you, watching people do live playthroughs is like the best thing for proofreading.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yep.
You have 5 people looking at everything, and you know.
So hopefully someday the author will watch this. He'll be able to find everything.
No life sign, sir. I am reading corpses, all Federation-friendly species. Damage to the ship suggests Klingons' weapons, sir.
Continue. Of course it does.
The station wasn't only attacked or disabled, sir. It was completely obliterated. The amount of firepower used here must have been staggering.
Any life signs?
No, sir. Only frozen corpses.
Why would this facility be attacked?
None of it makes sense. This was a planetary science research station. This local star was recently, relatively speaking, gone blue giant. The station was monitoring the effects this has on a distant orbiting ice planet. This is a peaceful research. Unknown cruiser decloaking over the station, sir.
Hail them.
No response, sir.
Approach them slowly.
Ooh, it's sinister.
They are hailing us, sir. Audio only.
Put it through.
Admiral of the ship, how nice of you to show up.
Unidentified vessel. Identify yourself.
Who I am is of no consequence. I know you have had dealings with Section 31 before, Admiral. You're privileged enough to be doing it again. You were told to expect a local contact. Well, here I am. What do you think so far? Bit of a mess, isn't it?
We just scanned a destroyed Federation vessel.
You were, Admiral. Not my first choice for this mission. Hopefully you might be a little more effective than the last ship sent.
What is going on here?
The Klingons have discovered something very unusual, and they will not be allowed to keep it. Your mission is simple. Clean up the Klingon mess and beam down to these coordinates. When you are safely on the planet, I will give you further instructions.
I don't accept orders from...
Do you remember your orders, Admiral? I am requesting you to do something much more interesting than the usual milk run dross you usually give orders to do. I believe you were ordered to assist me.
You have no authority here. Our orders were...
You follow orders. Do it, clean up the Klingon patrol, scan the local satellites for any surviving data, and get yourself to the surface. When you arrive on the planet, use the communication console I have placed there. Enjoy, Admiral. Everyone likes a mystery. Out.
Surely we do not have to follow orders from Section 31. That creepy pack of spooks does not dictate Starfleet, do they?
No, but we were ordered to assist them.
Orders to follow orders from people who have no right to issue them. Add Section 31 into the mix, and this is as suspicious as it gets.
I don't like it either, but we have our orders. Okay, so
well,
we'll
that's
do some space things. Good old Section 31.
I think this mission's off to a pretty good start.
Not bad.
This, of course, make me think that there's some big secret that's been hidden somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it seems like what they're building to.
Yeah.
Yeah. The satellite has been damaged but not totally destroyed. There are still some pieces of surviving data, although what Section 31 would want with it, I can't imagine. The satellite has not only been crippled, but towed into the ice field as well.
Why would anyone do that?
Perhaps the Klingons were...
Perhaps the Klingons were intending to use them as a trap. The satellites are still locally broadcasting their location. We should be careful when approaching them.
Agreed.
More Klingons to shoot.
Yeah, I'm sure my Thulian fighters are getting kind of bored.
Oh, I see some.
As always, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's alright. We got the firepower.
And I have even more firepower.
Why can't I use... Oh, never mind. It went off. I had one of those weird moments where for a little while, the game just decided it didn't want to let me use gravity well.
Sometimes it lies, and you actually can use it, even though it's grayed out.
Yep.
We should remember as we're getting rid of these Klingons that we do need to scan some satellites.
What satellite?
I see only Klingons. Aw, man, they blew up my defense platforms.
Those are moving targets anyway. Speaking of more Klingons. Oh yeah, by the way, one of our objectives is to shoot all of the Klingons.
Yes, it is.
Good.
We have no problem with that, do we?
Not at all.
Yeah, didn't like them anyway.
Obviously, this must be set like back during the Federation Klingon War.
Yep.
It's not a 24/10.
It would seem to be, yes.
And I'm dead.
But
Oh no! Our first casualty.
I'm still not used to this ship. Oh, that's why I got hit with those isometric charges.
you didn't happen to fly too close to my Cobalt cluster or spread, did you?
No, I was quite
Those
a ways
don't
out.
hurt friendlies, do they?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Okay, I've got first bit of critique for the mission. No respawn markers.
Yeah, that's a bad thing.
That might be a good idea. Stick a respawn marker on each one of the satellites.
I think you're limited.
Not necessarily on the satellites because of that whole spawn camping thing, but near, yes.
Near, yeah.
You know what I was thinking? Like right above the planet. That way you could get to any of them whenever.
Yeah.
That could be an idea. Somebody mentioned you're limited on spawn points.
Oh my
Is that
goodness, that was a
Yeah.
massive explosion.
Yeah, I think you're limited to... I know that at least on ground you're limited to only one. Oh, there's one, finally.
So he did have one.
It just was much deeper into the mission.
Alright, we're on... Oh, dialogue.
Yep. Ah! And
getting
I
some-
smack into the center.
I'm getting some sense out of this satellite data.
Anything out of the ordinary?
Not really, except for local traffic monitors. It seems that the Klingons only turned up a week ago. It looks like they quickly returned with a large number of freighters and cargo carriers, as well as warships. Whatever they are up to, they are trying to do a lot of something in a hurry. I can see logs for 52 freighters already, That's a lot of cargo.
If they were making deliveries, not retrievals.
True, but their flight patterns do suggest that they were bringing supplies to the planet.
Keep me informed.
Oh my! I really love that trick where you throw a gravity well, that then toss a tricobalt torp spread into the gravity well.
Pretty good trick.
Yeah, I have a small bit of criticism for this mission is that I think he's got maybe a little bit too many nebulas here, making that really huge bloom effect.
I'm not sure exactly what base map he used. Is this actually a fully custom map?
I think it is.
I think it's fully
I
custom.
don't think we can make a fully custom map with a debris halo like this, can we?
Yeah, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just put a lot of nebulas in one place.
And you
Put a
can
lot
add
of
rings to
nebulas.
planets.
Yep.
Also true.
Dealing
Which he
the
has
way.
done.
Yeah, I know this is a custom map, but it does look heavily inspired by a lot of the cryptic ones.
Ooh, that creates some interesting effects there.
What? The artillery.
I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, is that what it was?
The artillery vessels, yeah.
Artillery. Interesting. All right, we are 5 of 7 on Klingon patrols and 4 of 5 on satellites.
And over next to the Omi, whatever.
One more satellite and one more Klingon patrol.
Oh, they're right next to each other over here.
Yeah, this patrol is pretty much sitting on top of the satellite.
Well, I think we know who's got to go first.
Goodbye, patrol.
And have some command powers, guys.
You're not the only one who loves my
Orange thing.
Tychon's Rift.
There's an orange glowy thing in the debris field.
Yep, it's a Tychon's Rift.
No, I meant a long ways away from us.
Oh.
You have all of the surviving data. It logs the arrival of the Klingons, but nothing of their intent or purpose. There is also a substantial amount of data about the ongoing planetary conditions. Surely Section 31 could just request or take this information at will. There seems no reason to make us come and collect it.
Who could guess anything Section 31 wants?
Sir, we are ready to approach the planet for transport. On your order.
Take us to within transporter range of the planet.
Before we do that, I want to point out to people that orange thing I saw. It's over here somewhere.
Don't see an orange thing.
Yeah, I don't see an orange thing either.
I don't see anything because as the chat room correctly points out, bloom is partially something that's on your setting. Your own graphics in.
Well, whatever it was, I don't see it anymore. It might have been one of the blinky light effects that looked weird. I don't know.
Transport room here, Captain. We're within range of the coordinates given.
At the ready, transporter room.
Sir, I've scanned the beam down coordinates we were given. There does appear to be a portable communications console at those coordinates.
Why would we need that? Is there any interference?
There is no localized interference, sir. Communication with the surface should be possible using our standard communicators.
I don't like any of this. Transporter room.
Ready to transport on your orders, sir.
Beam us down.
And
Energizing.
spelled completely wrong.
It's spelled correctly.
How many different ways are there to spell that? 17?
I believe
Only
the
one correct one with a Z.
yeah, for Star Trek anyways. Remember, by the time of Star Trek, everything has to use the American punctuations and the French have to speak with British accents.
This is true.
It's like the world got up and did in musical chairs.
Actually,
also
though, that reminds me of one of the more amusing anecdotes about the undiscovered country. Is that the woman who plays the daughter of Gore Khan? Azit Burr. She is actually played by a Hispanic woman. So much like Torres, when she's speaking, she speaks with a Spanish accent, which makes her sound just a little bit more alien than she would otherwise.
Unless you're Spanish.
Then she would sound completely normal.
Oh, okay, I'm getting into winter gear for this.
I didn't bring any winter gear on this character.
Fine. Well, fine, then I'll put on...
Real warriors don't need coats.
Fine, I'll wear my away team uniform.
Who wants to push the button?
I'll push the button.
This is a cool map.
And cozy.
You know what? You know what map this is, right? It's a redress of Rurapenthe.
Yep.
They're doing it effectively.
Yeah.
This
like this
communication
game.
device is a cozy way for us to discuss your immediate future without the rest of your crew knowing more than they need to. Inform them of nothing. I don't need serfs involving themselves in this. Serfs? Interesting.
Peasants. Lower class people. This guy is kind of obviously a bit high and mighty, isn't he?
Indeed.
I hope we get to take him down a peg. Drop the attitude. What's next?
Straight down to it. Good. You're at the mouth of an ice chasm. You'll travel through it and into the base at the far end. There will be resistance. Deal with it. As you may have guessed from the way the Klingons dealt with the orbiting station, there is no requirement for diplomacy here.
What should I expect?
Guns.
A frozen death and no one ever finding your remains. Fail. Yeah, that sounds like Rurapenthe, all right?
Yeah. You're a real charmer, aren't you?
And the interesting life forms you encounter on the way.
Life forms? On this frozen waste?
You have your instruction, move it. The Klingons will no doubt be aware of your attack already. They will be sending reinforcements. I suggest you hurry along now, Admiral. They have already placed guards at the entrance to the base.
Out.
I like that how he kind of writes a flair into his characters.
Board. Ready weapons.
See nothing.
I see nothing.
It's dead head under that umbrella.
What?
What? All I can see is a baby Targ.
It's cowering. Scanning.
The heck?
That's
And it
odd.
interacts with objective using the umbrella.
Scan the Borg.
Scan the
target.
Borg/Targ/umbrella. I like that.
And it's saying, "Don't you touch me. Stand back."
There's nothing out of the ordinary here, Captain. There is no Borg, Targ, or umbrella.
I scan nothing either, but I still see it.
Karen from Medical. Yes, Captain.
Karen, Medical Bay, come in.
We're being jammed, sir.
Klingons?
Klingon?
Missing.
Klingons.
Klingons.
It's so cold I'm staying.
Now, Vice Admiral.
I must say.
Now, Admiral, what did I tell you about talking to your crew?
This is intolerable. I need to speak to...
Me. You need to speak to me, and that's all for the moment. You have your mission. I suggest you get it done as quickly as possible. Time is luxury you cannot afford. Now hurry along. Out.
Insufferable fool. Captain, we appear to be...
Yes?
I should point out that
Sorry.
my character is a Vulcan in this case. Have to be
Actually,
careful.
my science officer is a Vulcan.
Mine's occasion, so that at least makes a little sense that she'd get distracted by shiny objects.
Mine's a Riemann. Make of that what you will.
Sorry, sir, my mind drifted there for a moment. We appear to be losing our focus. Shared hallucination is not, sorry, it's not a common occurrence.
Let's get this done as quickly as possible.
Preferably with less out-of-character moments. Sir, I am feeling a high degree of tension and apprehension. We are all obviously in need of medical treatment.
We can't contact the ship. What could we do?
I could administer a mild dose of kyanoline. It's a sedative, but in small doses it could help reduce the symptoms of mild psychosis. Even in small dosages, it will degrade our mental alertness and reduce our physical capacities.
Keep it as an option if things degenerate further.
Interesting.
I was going to ask, why is this guy from Section 31 just staying on his ship?
This could be why.
Yeah.
Huh.
Everyone stop! Something is wrong here.
What is it?
It's a trap. This ice chasm is a death trap. What if we are totally surrounded by Klingons?
What's wrong with you? There's nothing here.
We could totally be surrounded by them, just waiting to jump out and murder us in the most horrible fashion. They could be everywhere.
Get a grip. You're losing it.
What if they're like cannibal Klingon pirates?
Stop it with the Nepeta addiction!
This situation is degenerating fast.
He's right, sir. I feel something horrible is going to happen. We are surrounded!
And I have to make a comment there. All my officers are female, so... Gender-specific dialogue again.
Well,
You're not well,
Yeah.
obviously, because you're referring to she's as he's. So we need to get back to the ship.
well, this is one thing that is basically a limitation of the English language in general, simply because of the fact that there is no singular gender-neutral pronoun. Oh, army hearties, yar, eating dinner, eat small.
What?
By the way,
Are they pirate Klingons or Klingon pirates?
I don't know, but they're saying nom nom nom.
Cannibal pirate Klingons.
There's more up ahead.
appropriately enough,
Oop,
I brought
dialogue.
the cryo grenade.
I just need to confirm from here. Did we all just engage cannibals?
That's what I saw.
Yes, sir. I saw cannibal Klingons.
And you?
Yes, sir. It appears we all experience the same delusion. Something of note, however, says we also recognize the danger where appropriate. I would suggest our levels of paranoia is making us all subjectable to suggestion. Cannibal Klingons were mentioned, so that's what we saw, even though the idea is nonsensical. We may need to administer the KO lane, and maybe people should stop engaging the Klingons while we're talking.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I stayed in dialogue as
tried
long as I
that,
could.
Yeah.
Dead tacked anyways.
And I'm dead.
Ah,
Agreed.
so am I.
Minimum dose if possible.
Apparently we've triggered a respawn marker.
Good. This is a great place to put one.
And I set my bullets to vaporize, apparently.
Even better. Anyways, where were we? Okay, cannibals.
We have to take
Administer
out the
kill
bait.
lane.
I have administered the KO lane, sir. We should be careful of the sedative effects. Everyone proceed with caution.
So now we're not only hallucinating, we're a little high as well.
Yeah,
This
that's
mission
not
just
gonna
keeps getting better and better. Brown's not giving us any trouble.
Well, except for that,
Except
that
when
part where we got
half of us are trying to read.
yeah, you know, ambush while attempting to read.
Well,
That usually makes things awkward.
what can I say? It's our one weakness.
we were instructed by that tutorial at the beginning to stop and read.
The thing is, the Klingons coming to us last time might have been my fault. With my sniper rifle, I think I might have...
Accidentally hit one far away.
Well,
Yeah.
Many mobs will actually generate their own aggro or whatever. So that even if you don't do anything, they'll attack you anyways if you get too close to them.
Aren't we supposed to scan for interesting life forms or something like that?
I think so.
Oh, look, there's some ice plants near the base of the door.
This K-lane is dulling my mind.
It'll affect us all like this. I'm experiencing a lot less apprehension, however.
Let's continue cautiously.
My first thought is, what's causing people to have panic attacks?
That's whatever Bones put in those hypo sprays.
I bet we're going to find out soon.
What is it?
What?
Ice plants.
Ice plants? On an ice planet? Is that interesting or unusual?
I thought this planet was supposed to be lifeless.
That is correct. So I suppose it is interesting a bit.
Hmm.
Oh, I remember. Judy said before we beamed down, there was supposed to have been a private and very illegal Endorian terraforming experiment conducted here a while ago.
Who's Judy?
Hallucination, maybe? I don't know. What happened?
I can't remember the details, my memory is a mess, but apparently Starfleet had a major problem with it, and the project was abandoned, or something.
Well, is this unusual then?
Well, if I was an unknown, I suppose it would be more unusual. You see, there are known unknowns, and unknown unknowns, and it's known unknown then.
I'm trying to remember which movie that's a quote from.
That's not a quote from a movie. That's a quote
I've
from
heard it before.
President Bush's administration.
I'm pretty sure I've heard that in a movie somewhere too. Oh well.
Thank you. That'll be all.
What now, sir?
We open the base door.
Good. Chuck is hungry. He needs more Klingons.
Having some trouble over there? Need some help?
I'm having problems understanding these controls.
Reading Klingon is hard.
I have problems as well. Use the
when you're high.
translator.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
We gonna enter the base now?
No. Oh, wait, yes. Enter the base.
Oh boy.
Do we want to go through more tutorial?
No,
I
no.
think we can keep going. Exit, help, and start mission.
I'm
But
not
thank you,
feeling...
Fairy Borg Mother.
I'm not feeling good about this.
Did the K-Lane help?
Well, what has a suppress a feeling of self-doubt. I can't stand it. My reactions feel numbed.
We can't afford to increase the dosage.
We should get our objectives clear.
Agreed, we have to secure this base.
There is a large number of crates in this room.
Let's see what they're bringing here.
Ooh, pretty lights. What's in it?
Looks like biohazard suits.
Maybe we should have been wearing those.
What is it?
What about them?
Weapons. And a lot of them.
Anything else?
Well, a new organic thing just appeared.
A thing, sir?
Sorry. I noticed a new reading in this room.
We are seriously not at our best.
Try to stay sharp. I think it's this spider.
I feel much better.
Looks like an organic thing.
It's even labeled as a delusion.
Reading says a crate full of spoiled food, sir, but I'm seeing something completely different.
I see
I
a
see
giant
it.
spider.
Fascinating. I'm seeing a miasmic cloud that obviously can't be visible.
I see it too now. We need to fix this.
I'm reticent to administer any more kaolin. It has helped a little, but has also dulled our physical capacity measurably.
I'm a real warrior. Doesn't matter.
And he's having trouble controlling the volume of his voice. Section 31 ship, come in. Answer me.
The communicator is acknowledging a connection, sir. They are choosing not to respond.
Then we have no choice but to continue this.
So, to clarify,
Move forward and collect data on the way.
And kill anything in the room, like usual.
Kills them. Kills them all.
Not listening to you, Freud. You're not real.
I knew it.
These Klingon suits just seem to be pretty dumb.
They may not be real.
Well,
It's not like intelligence was ever really a requirement for being a Klingon.
this is
Yeah,
true.
otherwise we wouldn't have to keep going for searching signs of it.
Is anyone else thinking elaborate hoax?
Yes.
Possible.
Is anyone else thinking that our chief medical officer just wanted us all to get high?
Mark crates.
They were certainly expecting trouble here. There are even more weapons here.
What are they planning? I wonder.
To kill them.
They're like a console.
From these readings, it looks like this is a massive blast door that is not complete yet.
Blast door. I wonder what it's for.
I'd suggest they want to keep something very dangerous from the internal side from escaping the base. There is no door control on the other side, so it looks like this is a fallback position.
Indeed.
Should have brought your Jaffa today.
I should have, yeah.
I'm getting tech readings from up ahead and some more Klingons. There seems to be a weak communication signal as well.
Time to investigate. Move forward with caution.
I'm
I am so not moving forward with caution.
Whee!
You know what you should totally do is add a low gravity thing to this. That would make it seem really weird.
If they put it on a trigger, it would make it seem like it's part of the hallucination.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And
I
have to
believe
say,
I can fly.
I have to say, as someone who has invented insane things like fire-breathing epos and nanovs that like to attack people with their tentacles, this is really screwed up.
But look, more crates
But
again.
in an entertaining way.
Tell you what, this is not your typical mission.
Not quite.
It's full of sedatives and restraint equipment. The Klingons are expecting trouble here from whatever they intend to hold here. I hope.
Let's make sure it's not going to be us.
Investigate tech readings.
This is a containment device. In fact, a whole room of them. It's like the Klingons were anticipating unfriendly guests.
What could you contain in this?
These units are designed for holding life forms captives. This is a makeshift prison.
Let's keep moving.
And access
This
communication.
console is glowing. I must be hallucinating that too.
It's a local only channel. I'll put it through.
Spelt channel wrong.
Of engineering supplies has not arrived yet. We need to get this prize in our position away from the Federation rubbish as soon as possible. The sooner we have this excavated, the sooner we can get out of this freezing hole. How long till detonation?
Let's listen in.
We need that containment door finished. If these things get out of our control, we will have failed dishonorably.
Terminate
Listen.
communication.
They sound extremely agitated.
Good. We can use that to our advantage. Agitated Klingons.
I
As
thought
if
that
there's
was
another.
perfectly normal.
Yeah, as if there's another state for Klingons.
So you are nearly at the heart of the matter. The Klingon dig site is just ahead of you.
We need answers here. What is happening to us?
You are becoming tiresome for a start.
My team's faculties are degenerating.
Then you had best hurry along. Take out those Klingons and collect data on what you find. You're nearly 1 kilometer below the ice there, so be careful. I can't afford a cave-in ruining all my plans. Out.
Wait. Yeah, he's not responding.
Sir,
Sir.
this can't be a Starfleet action. Something is seriously wrong with this mission. Like us taking drugs.
Agreed, but he holds all the cards at the moment.
Oh look, a new
You
respawn
like-
point.
Playing cards or like Magic the Gathering cards? What kind of cards? Oh, sorry, that's just the drugs talking.
Pinochle cards.
Shh! Everyone, up ahead, I can hear Klingons, and my fingers are thinking.
Let's get this
Klingons,
underway.
they're everywhere. Listen in.
And what about the containment doors? If you need equipment, then pull this place apart if you have to. Just get that door finished now.
Sounds like trouble heading this way. We should prepare for a fight.
Ready weapons.
Weapons are always ready.
Hang on one second.
My weapon was born ready.
Accolade complete, Descendant of Khaleth.
Here, at least somebody should play responsibly, so I put a medical generator down.
I think we're fighting all, well, mostly ensigns.
That was a Swordmaster that I just knocked down.
Maybe we're just that good.
Oh look, there's another Swordmaster. What the? Why is this Swordmaster labeled Female 03?
Because someone didn't rename it.
No, if you
Yeah.
just drop it and don't rename it, it'll just say Swordmaster. It won't fill in the name.
It was
Unless he reskinned
reskinned.
it.
Yeah, he reskinned it.
Or,
why
I don't
he
know, sometimes... I don't know, there's no telling how old this mission is, for starters.
Sir, I'm taking some incredible readings behind the ice wall where we entered. I strongly advise we make a more detailed inspection.
What sort of readings?
An amazing amount of technology, fluctuating power levels, and Oh, life signs as yet undetermined. Ooh, shiny.
Okay, let's get closer.
Did anyone else hear an ominous beeping noise? I don't know.
It's all in your head, man.
Scanning, scanning, scanning. Ooh, pretty lights. Whatever the Klingons were excavating, sure, it should be behind this ice wall.
They were insistent about securing the room first.
We should try to access the computer equipment in his room and see what was I saying? My head is swimming.
The computers. Let's get onto it.
There's a red thingy going towards the green thingy.
I think we're the green thingy.
There's an executive lockout on this system, sir. Clearly they're owned by the Ferengi.
Can you bypass it?
I can try, but I can hardly think straight.
None of us can.
I can set a tricorder to cycle through known Klingon security thingies. It's brute force attempt, but none of us are thinking clear enough to decrypt this. It will take time, though.
Do it. At least until we think of another method.
The Klingons were talking about a detonation earlier. Maybe we could use this time to find the explodey thingies? We may need to get through that ice wall ourselves.
Good thinking. There were crates by the ice wall.
Explosives?
Yes, and they have remote detonators attached.
Sir, the security hack is approximately halfway.
Illegal intrusion attempt registered. Activating self-destruct sequence.
Quickly, deactivate those detonators.
Do the thing!
Oh, the other thing!
It's the green wire.
And it explodes.
Ouch.
Check for injuries.
Is anyone hurt?
Only minor injury, sir. I can treat this now. Stand still while I give you more drugs.
How come we weren't all killed?
It looks like you deactivated most of the detonators in time, sir. The back of the explosive container was also partially open, so most of the force went in... Yeah, that way. That way.
We can't afford to be making decisions like this.
Why, sad
Admiral, if you ever reach the research facility at the end of the dig site, I have your final task.
I demand some answers.
And my
Investigate
pants.
whatever they were excavating. Get to it and retrieve every piece of data you can. This is the purpose of your entire mission.
I'm not complying until I get some answers. No reply. They'll be held to pay over this.
Sir, this just got weirder. I'm detecting Borg technology in that room.
Ready weapons.
I think, do I actually have a...
Maybe I should switch to the metal bat left.
I'm entirely sure any of this is real.
I
For Borg.
don't recognize this base species, but this plant has been Borg infected. Not good.
Indeed, it is not.
As I desperately try to remember if I brought a regenerator...
This is beyond belief. It's a Borg cube, frozen 1,000 meters under the ice.
Well, now everything just went totally wrong.
Confirmed,
Confirmed,
sir.
sir.
It's no hallucination. There's really is the wreckage of a Borg ship. It's of unknown design, however.
The Klingons must have been after this.
There are a series of computer terminals at the back of that room. Retrieve every piece of data they contain.
Did you know about this?
Sir, the corridor we came down has collapsed. It's completely blocked, so I can't even get readings from the next room. There are stress fractures appearing across the ceiling, and the heat is rising very rapidly due to the damaged systems. I doubt this cavern is going to maintain integrity for long.
We need to find a way out of here. Fast.
I've identified the terminals he was talking about. Let's get this done and get out. They may contain information valuable to our own survival at this point.
I'm with you on that. Let's go.
And back the other way.
Oh, no. It's the seizure effect.
I'm freaking out, man.
You are freaking out. Man. Well, let's see what we've got. Can you retrieve it?
Can you retrieve anything?
These computers were deliberately destroyed in the self-destruct system. The Klingons had zero intention of allowing this information to be compromised. Nothing salvageable here, sir.
What do we do then?
Data this important is always backed up. There could be another copy in the data in that other computer array over there. It looks much less damaged.
I'm on it. Oop, I went the wrong way.
Any more luck?
There is one week-old system message flashing.
Please insert backup chip.
Oh, God.
Dragoon, that's your character.
The destroyed freighter we scanned on arrival was carrying backup chips. I can see no current data beyond basic system initialization content. The system has been purged itself, probably as a result of the self-destruct system. We have to get out of here fast. This whole place is about to come down.
Transporter room, beam us up. Now!
I can't get a lock on you. You're a kilometer under the...
No, jammed again.
Even Section 31 wouldn't do this to this, would they? I'll keep trying to contact the ship. What shall I tell them if I can break through?
Tell them there's 5 admirals down here and they need to frickin' rescue us. Tell them to leave orbit and contact Starfleet.
Let's see if there's a way out behind the cube.
Go, go, go. Go, go, move, move, move.
Looks like I picked a bad week to stop drinking.
Or start.
Look, if we climb up there, we could enter into the breach section of the cube.
What? You want to take us into a Borg cube?
This cube has partially survived being buried in ice. It may well be able to survive the imminent cave-in. Sheltering inside could be our only chance for survival, sir.
Okay then, let's climb in and take our chances.
Climb into the Borg cube?
Enter the ice cube. This is going to devolve into a rap music video, isn't it?
Only if we're very, very, very lucky.
Will be a slow motion club scene for the rest of the.
And
mission.
if we're unlucky, disco.
It might involve hammer pants.
Can't touch this.
Dun, 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 dun. Yep, definitely putting this.
Wasn't there a Michael Jackson video involving a dancing zombie?
Thriller.
Oh, Borg are the zombies of Star Trek.
I have to say, this mission is very entertaining.
For all the wrong reasons. I think everything just...
I'm pretty confident that this was intentionally the wrong reasons.
I think everything just went even wronger. Oh. We still have no communications with the ship, and what the hell is going on in this cube?
Scan the immediate area.
I'm beginning to hallucinate again. It looks like subtropical rainforest ecosystem, maybe? And it's far too, or even that possibility, less wise even being plausible.
We need answers, and fast.
Scan wreckage.
The surfaces here are completely covered with very fine layers of fungi, and funguses seem to be releasing clouds of spores. That is the thick green stuff we can see.
Is it dangerous?
Probably.
I bet you it's what's making us hallucinate.
I don't think so, or it should be okay for us to breathe. I'm not sure I can trust my judgment anymore. There's also large quantities of tiny insects, creatures swarming about. They appear to be feeding on the spores. But I wouldn't need more time to study this further. And some specialist medical attention first.
These snozberries taste like snozberries.
Trust your judgment. Yeah, bad idea. We can't let go of that.
Oh boy.
Not this way.
Other way.
Oh look, it's another plant.
These plants, interesting. They appear to be drawing nutrients from spores. Perhaps that explains why they are able to grow on metal surfaces. They are exhibiting signs of Borg assimilation, although they are not only overly nanoprobe affected. Most of them show no trace of nanoprobes, and this concerning and fascinating at the same time. It's also good to know that they are not hallucinations.
Collect what data you can.
What is our next move?
Forward, and try to find a map.
I'm detecting large number of complex life forms ahead, sir.
Borg?
I don't think so. It's hard to tell with this environment, but they don't appear to be Borg signatures.
This is the sort of environment where you would expect to be ambushed by Kilrathi, though.
All I'm thinking right now is...
I don't think we're that high. It's okay, we'll fall back to the old standby. Ready weapons!
Reversal polarity?
Oh wow, just wow. I wasn't expecting anything like this. Are you seeing an alien presence?
Yes, I'll try to establish contact. Talk to the Soptilian Queen.
Eric, Eric.
I didn't quite catch that.
Our universal translators are not coping with this.
What's wrong with them?
They're stone too.
I think the language is so alien to the translator that it's having difficulties adapting. Keep her talking and I'll try to calibrate.
Yeah, I'll try that then.
Lawnmower, TechieTrekie.
I wasn't expecting that. We come in peace.
Get Frankly, my hovercraft is full of eels.
Yeah, this isn't working.
Keep trying. I'm getting there.
We wish to establish dialogue with your people.
The 8 legs are in the pool. We is dirty with machines. Wash us.
Yeah, this could end up being a diplomatic incident.
It's just an everything incident.
I think I got it. Yes, try that.
Okay.
Are you nymphs from the green pods? Are you nymphs from the givers? Have you hatched to help us?
Is this translator working?
I think so. Their language is just so alien, sir. The translator is offering us several alternatives to many words.
Such as?
Well, green pods could also be green machines. Probably the Borg pods in this room. Nymphs could be me children or babies. I have no idea what givers are.
Put the alternative words through to me in real time.
At the finale and completion of times, the world sends new nymph types to us. Your odor, smell, scent, is of fear and great panic, confusion, madness.
Going with madness.
We wish you no harm.
Somebody's gonna have to read it and stop laughing. She just sprayed us with a liquid, sir. It looks like some kind of complex pheromone. I wish I could think straight.
Is it?
Well, I think at this point we've just been covered with alien cum, so I don't think it matters what you are.
Is it dangerous?
It appears harmless enough. It may be another way they communicate. She has spoken about scent a lot.
I'll try talking with her again.
Your scent is now good, friendly, pleasing. The universe wall's ice is our closing around. Soon we shall be one with the universe.
Starting to understand what she's saying. Would you excuse us for a moment?
Your scent is now good. Enjoy the world garden location in what little generations, months, weeks, days are left.
Thank you.
We are working blind here. I urge extreme caution with any further conversation. This is first contact and we have no idea what we are dealing with.
Agreed. Let's collect more data.
Anthony.
This is not a cocoon as such, sir. It appears to be an organic incubator chamber. It seems to be what these organic pods are producing. Perhaps she places eggs inside of for development into pods, perhaps.
That's incredible.
I hate to make comparisons like this, but they're superficially seen to be type of giant sentient termite-like race. Their DNA structure is more complex than anything ever encountered before, according to the medical tricorder.
Thank you.
Where have we heard that before?
The species 8472 was supposed to have incredibly complex DNA.
Oh, right. I was thinking of the movie The Fifth Element.
Big bada boom.
I just noticed. Oh, scan the small aliens. These are really tiny people.
This appears to be relatively recent. It appears as though the surrounding ice is slowly inundating this cube. Perhaps this is what the alien meant when they said the universe wall's ice is closing around. This chamber is completely sealed off by ice walls now.
What about the way we came in?
That was sealed off until the Klingon excavation, and now the cavern has collapsed. This is an icy tomb.
This does not bode too well for us.
And pods.
Those aliens are wafting some kind of chemical pheromones over the pods.
Anything else?
We will know nothing about this species, but their metabolism suggests that they may only have a lifespan of a few months at best. When the alien said that what little generations are left, she may have been indicating a period of only a few months.
Wonder what she meant.
Can you see these readings?
What is it?
These pods appear to have embryonic life inside of them. The genetic makeup is incredibly complex. The medical tricorder is still trying to analyze the most basic structure of it.
One more behind us.
One
over
more,
this
I
way.
think. Scanning a board console.
This is odd. The power levels are very low. The tech itself... I have only read about this sort of thing.
What's odd about it?
This is ancient. From memory, the Borg have not used this sort of tech for centuries. It's similar in many ways to current Borg tech, but it has a lot of tech missing you wouldn't normally expect to find from species we know were assimilated ages ago. This ship is like a Borg museum.
Could this get any more mysterious?
What are we going to do? I keep thinking that I'm about to lose control of my mind at any moment.
Suggestions? Anyone?
We could try to phaser our way through the ice.
Brilliant!
Not so fast. We should try to find out what the ice or universe, as they put it, means to them. We know nothing of these creatures. We don't wish to anger them.
One thing I feel the need to point out right now is that the environment that these aliens are living in is slowly collapsing and they're going to die.
That may be the point.
But our actual priority is to get back to the ship.
The ice is breaking this place apart. We may be able to find another way out.
Sigh, I'll speak to the alien again.
Yes, Drogon, you go speak to the alien again.
Eek! Where are the aliens eking?
Whoa!
Why are there
Spiders!
purple spiders?
Purple spiders are just in my mind, man.
It's always so entertaining to see a heat vent and a cryo grenade in the same spot.
Yes, you nymph!
Let's start with, who are you?
I am the queen that was. The universe has sealed me here. These are to be my last children.
We could try to open a space through the universe.
We must accept our fate. The others shall have a new queen shortly.
What others?
This tiny chamber is my home. The world cube is much larger. The many others shall continue until the universe closes around them as well.
Other questions? What are those things?
The 8 legs. They were once a benign part of the world. Recently they have changed. They have turned against those who once loved them as sisters. They smell of hatred and death.
Where did they come from?
They were once a beautiful part of the garden. Now they crawl and squirm through the cracks in the world, looking for food that was once friend.
Are you in danger from them?
There are never 2 queens. My time as queen is over. I must pass, as my separation from the world means a new queen is already becoming manifest.
Tell me of the world and universe.
All of the world is just as you see it here, a beautiful garden. The universe is cold. It has decided to consume the world, and daily it encroaches upon us. Soon there will be no world, only the silent and cold solid of the universe. We will all be the eternal part of the universe soon. This is as it is. They seem to be
Told you the Prime Directive. I think we already crossed that river.
They seem to be totally unaware that they are in a Borg cube of sorts. They know of nothing else. We are deeply at risk of completely being in breach of the Prime Directive. This species seems to think we shouldn't even exist.
Agreed. We must be very careful what to tell them. Exit dialogue with the Queen.
That was a big yawn. So she is resigned to death. What about us then?
You're the engineer. Find us a way out.
Oh, that's right. I did notice something earlier. There's a reading over there in the back of this room. Let's check it out.
Well, come on then.
Oh look, more spiders.
Why didn't you mention that earlier? Jeez.
Because I'm taking drugs.
Why are the spiders on top of the board, John?
Because why not? They're spiders.
That's true.
This is a primitive site-to-site transporter device. Old ship, old tech, I suppose.
Can we use it to get closer to the surface?
I have no idea. But there are dozens of available destinations, and that's only one of showing active. Sir, much of this cube must still be intact.
Do we know where we're going?
Nope, but with any luck at all, the network of operational site-to-site transporters are still talking to each other. I'll have to pick one at random and see what happens.
Okay, let's do this. Beam us further inside.
Oh. Oh, really?
Oh no! What will become of our heroes? What will they find deeper inside the mysterious and deadly ice cube? Tune in next week for whenever it gets published for.
The Ice Cube, Part 2. Thank you for playing Ice Cube Part 1. And now, okay, so the only failing that I really see with the top 3 is that it doesn't let you know the name of the author up front in any way. So this is the first time I've seen the author's name.
Which is
Yep.
And the author is
TechieTrekie.
TechieTrekie.
I actually have seen that name before somewhere. I don't remember where. It's been a long time.
I'm actually going to do a quick search, see what he's got published.
Actually, he already published. Wait, what? That's weird. There are 4 missions named Ice Cube. One of them is by TechieTrekie. The other 3 are by someone named Simone Cuttlefish.
Maybe it was something that they worked on together?
No.
Or just coincidence?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it seems to get really, really ancient Borg atrocities. Okay.
No, they are written. It looks like they were written. It's possible that it's a new account for the guy, because they all open with the same kind of note on it that this is a scripted holo novel.
What do you think, guys?
We all had a lot of fun playing this mission.
Yeah.
Way too much. Unfortunately, guys, I'm going to have to call it here for me.
Yeah, that one took a little bit longer than I might have thought. But let's see. Final thoughts about Ice Cube Part 1.
Definitely a unique mission, and I mean that in a good way. I mean, I mean, a lot of times, too, especially with new authors, they can kind of tend to like blend into the fabric, but this one definitely sets itself out on its own merits. Definitely enjoyed playing it.
Definitely different, wasn't it? But it did take us around the amount of time that it did estimate. 'Cause did you notice that when we went to select the mission, it did have in brackets estimated playtime?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's actually based off of what the average playtime is for everyone. So that's generated by the system, not the author.
Oh yeah, but no, I thought it was good that part of the system, because of course we're looking at the actual system itself.
Question: do you guys see a grayed out tip button?
If you don't have your dollar tip
no,
on
I
your
got
character,
it.
it'll be grayed out.
I have 186,000 refined dilithium. I have plenty.
Did you just tip
Well,
someone recently?
No.
I don't know.
The system just doesn't like you.
Have you played this mission before?
I don't think so.
And you can tip missions you played before.
I'm pretty sure I would
Yeah.
remember this one.
It is rather memorable, isn't it? Okay, so what do you guys think of the top 3 system now that we've had a chance to look at it, we've had a chance to play some of it?
What
do you guys think?
I like it. I've gotten a chance to play some missions that I would never have known about before. Some good, some really, really bad. Some like this one, which are just crazy.
But you get kind of, the smorgasbord of what the Foundry has to offer, not author.
It's a funny thing.
Obviously,
is
I'm still feeling the effect of the sedative.
That's a little hard to turn off, isn't it? I was just thinking about the fact that a while back we did a bunch of live plays, and one of the things that we lamented at the time is the difficulty at finding new missions to play.
Yeah.
And here we went to one system, immediately found something to play, and it even turned out to be pretty decent.
Now, I will grant you that system is the closest one to Earth Space Dock, and which is sort of the center of Federation gameplay. So there's bound to be tons of missions set here.
Yeah.
In fact, one of them is mine. That's set at Wolf 359.
But it's definitely serving its function as a new way to discover missions. And I know, as I said on other shows, it's really nice that this is putting the Foundry in front of new players. Because I mean, this is right there. There's no challenge of getting through the Foundry search to find about the Foundry and get into it. I know that there's quite a few players I've talked to that are like, "Oh, there's a Foundry? That's a thing? Where is it?"
One thing I have noticed, I've beamed back out of the mission, is that the Ice Cube Part 1 is still available for me, so it hasn't picked 3 missions that I haven't played or anything else like that.
Yeah, that's
true.
one criticism I have seen, is that it will display missions that you've played before.
Because even if there's a way to sort of, I don't know, highlight that it's been played, or things that, even as you said, there's author.
Author
Because
would be nice
I
to
just
have.
attempted to do several author searches, and I never got any results at all.
That's when author search does seem to be a bit bugged right now.
It's only bugged on the Federation side, though.
Really?
That's the weird part.
If you try to like specifically search in the author search field, it won't work. But if you search for the author in the title field, it will.
I've noticed that
That's
if you search for the author in the author field, and then it'll come up with nothing, then you delete the author's name from that field and then search again, it will search for that author and pull up their actual missions.
That's just screwball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I think I'll work on a bug report after we're done here.
Thing is
that cryptic process on it.
With these missions, now you've got, when you approach a system, 2 up arrows. One is to minimize the information about the system, and one is to minimize the top Foundry missions. Now, just thinking, what if they had a little arrow to the right-hand side of the button to get the mission that gave more of a description or author name and other information like that?
That might be pretty difficult because you'd have to pull that information from the mission description, for one. And second, you'd also have to have the button actually work. And considering all the problems we had just getting what we have for the top 3 system into the game and live and not destroying the game, that just seems like more work than they'd be willing to do.
Also, Smirk hinted that part of the reason why we had such monster lag after the anniversary hit is that the way the top 3 system was searching for missions was what was causing the lag. And that seems to be why they went through the approach of re-randomizing the missions periodically and showing everybody exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, you noticed that the list has changed since we were in there. Obviously, it is supposed to refresh every 20 minutes, and it is a different list than what we went in with.
Yeah.
Just 2 of the missions happen to be the same.
Well, I mean, we're still working with not a lot of missions are showing up because they either have to be republished or have some like extra step that is precluding them.
Yeah.
Well, it's worse on the Klingon side because we've been searching the systems and we've only found 1 so far.
But I mean, it's one of those things that, like the tagging system, that it'll probably improve with time.
We hope, as more people start to utilize it. Because my hope is that this will encourage people to set their mission out in the world somewhere. Instead of just, at a console on ESD. Because there's a lot of systems where there is nobody. You could be the only person there, the only mission there.
Yep.
How awesome is that?
And then, of course, we also have coming up the revamp of sector space, which is probably going to shift how people fly through space and whatnot.
Yeah.
I hope it does.
But either or, I mean, at its core, I think the top 3 system is a huge success for the Foundry. It provides a very simple, easy to understand way into the Foundry for players, and that I think is its core functional goal.
Well, I now have 3 more reviews on my mission Darkness Between the Stars, apparently from people finding it using the top 3 system.
Yeah, and we're seeing, anecdotal evidence, of course, but we're just seeing, people are saying they have hundreds more plays if you're in certain systems that are, in highly trafficked areas.
Yeah, mine's not a highly trafficked area.
Yeah, and
Woody was saying the other week that he'd had on one mission only like a couple of hundred plays total for years, and then within the first week of this being live, he'd actually got the same amount of plays almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And his is at Vulcan, so that's, definitely, it pops up a lot.
Especially with people going to Vulcan at the moment as well for the Omega minigame.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And I saw the same thing with my mission, which is way out in Romulan space. And the Rotor system isn't exactly a place you're going to cross into a lot of the time. The only time I can think of is if you're going to go play the Vault for the first time, is that you have to travel through the sector space that way. But that's a sector block that most people don't go into, and I've already seen a noticeable uptick in people playing my missions. So it's even working on the discrete systems.
Yeah.
In the case of Darkness Between the Stars, I intentionally put it someplace that's relatively out of the way. I mean, when they re-merge the map, it'll probably be like just north of Memory Alpha or something. But it's often Iota Pavonis, and people don't go up there very often.
And a lot less now, because there's so many fewer missions set up there, cryptic missions.
Yeah, it's mostly just people going there for doffing, and if you go there for doffing, you're not going to stop at the planet that I set it at.
No, you're just going to go to the Eridan Belt.
To the Eridan Belt and then back down.
Which means
I
you
know.
go straight through the center of the sector block, and I'm all the way off.
Away from away from most planets.
Given a few months,
Actually, I'm away from the. There's only one thing on the left edge of the sector block, and that's the patrol mission. That's it.
Well, there's definitely great potential here for, expanding the Foundry out into the universe. So, I mean, that's my recommendation to people is, start look for a system where there is nobody else and claim it as your own, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, it also kind of helps because I mean, we sometimes like to have our front load our missions with a lot of setup, and I almost want to say encourage some authors to kind of think against that. Think more about getting the player like into the mission efficiently, and not trying to front load our setup so much.
Well, and I was thinking about that actually the other day. We can still front load our stuff. It's just, with the top 3 system, instead of maybe having our front loading being, go to a social zone and talk to someone, we could have it be, you warp in and the first map is your ship at warp, like kind of how a normal Star Trek episode opens. And you're talking with your crew. And then you get, yada, 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 and the plot line begins.
Yeah.
If you don't do that already.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like I said, I mean, I'm in like say like 4 or 6 months. I really would love to hear like from the devs, like just what kind of numbers they're seeing with the Foundry and how that's changed from before.
Absolutely. We will definitely be asking them for that. I don't know if they'll tell us, but we'd love to know. But obviously, we got to, it's only been up for what, a week and a half, 2 weeks?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. So, we got to wait at least a few months before they get any actual data.
Yeah, because I mean, things are in flux right now. We want them to stabilize.
Yeah.
I was just noticing something else is that if you click up a mission through the top 3 system, you'll never see the mission description.
Mm-hmm.
You just go straight to the initial contact, so it's something to consider for authors when writing their missions.
I actually have a good thing I saw regarding that, actually. Who did it? Who was writing in the Shadow of the Valley?
That's Pax Federatica.
That's Pax.
Pax
is in the chat room.
Yeah, Pax has prefaced his mission button so that when you go into the mission from the top 3 system, it says ROM on there first to let you know it's a Romulan-only mission.
Yeah, that's a good thing because all the more now that people are bypassing the mission description, where oftentimes we put things like, what are the what are the
specifics
like
the this is for it's a description and summary and even some just some vital information. You might want to start putting that in other formats so that people get it if they bypass it. Another thing that I would recommend for people, because obviously it doesn't display your username until you get to the review. So what I would do is, as I've been republishing my missions, I've been tagging them at the end with, "Thank you for playing. These are some other missions by the author. If you enjoyed this one, please consider playing."
Yeah.
So it's a way to drive people to your other missions that may or may not be in the top 3 system. If you got some stuff that's still set at ESD or things like that, you can kind of direct people there. So if they liked your mission, they can play more.
Definitely.
It just occurred to me that the way I wrote the mission, The Vat's Legacy, if I was to republish it, it might qualify for the top 3 system too.
Mm-hmm. I've got one over on the Klingon side that does, and unfortunately before the show I was trying to get in to republish it, but it kept disconnecting me as I tried to load up the Foundry. So we'll see if it works now.
I will say this, there's something going on with publishing too, because I'm seeing a lot of reports of publishings not going through. Mm-hmm. Like I just did I've been remastering a couple of my Honor of series missions, the 2 that aren't spotlighted, and I was able to get Honor of Orion's out last night, but that was because I started to publish overnight and I exited out of the game. But I tried to do Empire this morning, even though the game wasn't super busy, it kicked me out when I tried to do it.
That's
They
weird.
had some network issues, I believe, on Thursday or Friday, resulting in some extra downtime. So I don't know. Maybe there's still lingering issues.
Yeah, that was
Maybe.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Then they had about 10 hours of downtime. That was fun moderating the forums. Ugh.
Well, I'm sure by now everyone knows what I think of the forums, so I won't say anything.
Hey, people who don't love the
Private
game
comment
don't
going.
complain about the game being unavailable.
This is true. All right, guys. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there. In the future, I think we might do some more of these, including some over on the KDF side. But for
Yeah.
now, I think we will say good afternoon.
Yeah,
Take care, everyone.
Markhawkman.
Good night.